right, guys. Well, you may have seen in the past couple of days footage of a car being struck by a train, the recent crash, which miraculously did not result in a death, happened at a crossing near Masterton. In the footage, the freight train's horn sounds as it approaches the crossing, which has bells and lights installed and to warn motorists to stop. But just metres from the crossing, a black car speeds into view and looks to me like they think they can beat the train. I don't know that for sure, but it did look like a real burst of speed. I mean, how could you not see it? It was right there. Unfortunately for the driver, they could not. The train driver can be heard in distress yelling, "Jesus, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus," and then crunch. Kiwi Rail and TrackSAFE are urging people to take a good hard look for trains when approaching any rail level crossing during Rail Safety Week, which we are in. In the year to June, 40 vehicles or people collided with trains across our national rail network, and there were 305 near misses. At public level crossings alone, there were 11 collisions and 192 near misses. Near misses at level crossings have steadily increased since a low of 150 in 2021. All of the collisions at level crossings and 77% of near misses that already had active protection, meaning they did have the bells and maybe the arms. Kiwi Rail spokesperson says 10 people have lost their lives in collisions with trains in the past year. TrackSAFE Foundation New Zealand raises awareness and educates about safety around tracks and trains. Their manager is Megan Drayton, and she joins me now. Megan, good evening.
Good evening, Leah.
Thank you so much for being available today. And I suppose the first question is, it is Rail Safety Week. What is your message this year?
Oh, well, we're rolling out our Steely Stand campaign for the second time this year, although we've got some new elements to it that sort of bring in a pedestrian safety focus. So, yeah, I guess our message, as it was last year, is really around looking properly and giving it a good look left and a good look right before you cross any railway tracks.
Yeah, so that's when you say the steely stare. It's not just a quick glimpse, it's a real hard look, isn't it?
Exactly, and because we sort of know from some research and from talking to people that they'll say, "Oh, but I looked and I just didn't see the train," and so we're really trying to get people to look properly.
Yeah, I mean, what are some of the? I mean, people make mistakes. We all do, but what are some of the? I suppose the sillier ones that we could have avoided. Is it like racing the train or wearing headphones when you're crossing the track? Is it those kind of things?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, with vehicle near misses and some collisions, there are some occasions where people have tried to deliberately race the train. I mean, sometimes it's a bit hard to prove that, especially if it's ended up in a fatality. But yeah, you're right. A lot of people do just make mistakes and they just forget to look, or they forget to stop at a stop sign, or there's other. We're all human, and people do make mistakes, and we appreciate that.
Yeah, but like things I've seen, I've seen footage of people wearing headphones or earbuds and just walking about to step off across a track, and then at the last minute, whether it's that peripheral vision or they suddenly pull back, and you're like, wow, don't be, take your headphones off when you're about to walk across the pedestrian.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And also I think, with headphones, I mean, it's obviously around railway tracks, yes, take them out, but around any transport network, around any roads or cycleways, or, it just doesn't make sense to have things in your ear that are distracting you from the act of crossing somewhere safely.
Megan, I think it's a bit disturbing to see that it said that all of the collisions and close to 80% of near misses at level crossings were at crossings that already had flashing lights, bells, barrier arms. So what does that tell us about how the public view railway crossings? Do we inherently we're not worried about them?
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting to actually research that, I think. I mean, flashing lights and bells, everybody knows what they are. So I don't know why motorists wouldn't stop for them. I mean, most people stop for a red traffic light. So, yeah, I don't really understand it. I think in pedestrian areas, when we see the near misses, it's often people that are in a rush, that, just want to get somewhere in a hurry. And the bells might be going, but they make a judgment call and they think, gosh, I can get across in time.
Yeah.
The next time you won't, because those trains are travelling faster than they look, and they're not going to be able to stop for you.